All right, can you hear me now? Let's try this again. I may have to go back. Can you hear me now? All right. I can see my mics. Can you hear me though? Hear me now. Hopefully that you can, because I can see my bars moving. So I'm hoping that you can hear me now. Oh, great, great, great. Okay, I'm going back. I'm starting from the top. Thank you so much, guys, for reaching out to me. I'm so new at this that I'm having to just learn as I go. And every single week, I've made something. There's been either a mistake or something that's went wrong, and that's okay because that's part of the process. You know, in this life, if the only way you're gonna achieve greatness is through having mistakes along the way. And so I'm very open and transparent about ensuring that you guys see my full process because I know that as I reach my goals, I will be successful. But I'll have some stumbling blocks along the way. I'm Martine Brown. I am the Innovation Specialist. You can reach me at facebook.me or facebook.me/Martine Innovates. And today I just want to talk to you about looking forward. Looking forward. So we talk about looking forward. You know, what are you looking forward to in 2019? 2018 for me was a great year. I've had a lot of success this year. I have found that, you know, with hard work and commitment, the things that I want from this life can happen and will happen. I just have to keep trudging away and remain focused. Professionally, it's been awesome professionally. I've got 2 books that I was so honored to contribute to with EduMatch Publishing. I've also had an opportunity to work as a managing editor with EduMatch Publishing. I've been able to present all over the place, Chicago, Maryland, which I had never been to Maryland before. Seafood is great. With the National Association of Black School Educators. You know, it's just been a very powerful year of doing the one thing I love to do more than anything else. And that's just to help people. Everything I do, every decision I make, even having this weekly show, regardless of all the mistakes, it's just about how can I help my world be a better place. And so looking forward into 2019, I've set 3 main goals, and I want to share my goals with you, but I also want you to share your goals with me. So what are you looking forward to? You just drop it in the comment section and let me know what your goals are looking forward into 2019. You know, one of my top goals for my family is reading with my kids. I don't read as much with them as I like. I would say no more than 2 or 3 times a month that I actually read with my kids, and I want to elevate and do that a lot more. Now, I did show you guys these flashcards that I did for my son. My middle son is in kindergarten, and he has sight words. And so I've been creating these personalized sight cards just to personalize his own learning. I know that from my education background that the more you can make learning relevant to kids, the more successful they'll be. And so I made these cards just for him, and we do them. This is my way of doing a little bit less technology and a little bit more of engaging him in his own learning. I have 2 sets. I actually have a civil rights themed ABC set, and then I have the personalized set. So I do that with both my kids. So sometimes we'll do tech and tablets. Like right now, they're probably on tablets because they're not bugging me. Sometimes we'll do tablets, and then other times we'll do the flashcards. I put them in my purse. We go everywhere with them, and we use them. But I haven't really stopped and spent enough time actually reading with them. And so that's one of my top goals. It's just to read with my kids. I do have a little bit of data to share with you in regards to reading with my kids, and this is actually a very old piece of research, but I think it's still relevant. I like the fact that this research is a little old because it was put out there before smartphones and iPads and tablets and all of that. And so, if a student only reads a minute a day, they're only reading about 180 minutes a school year. If a student reads 5 minutes a day, well, that's about 900 minutes a school year. But if a student reads 20 minutes a day, that's 3,600 minutes in a school year. And by the time the student is in 6th grade, they will have read the equivalent of 60 whole days. I'm a big believer in reading and literacy, and as a parent, helping my kids be as successful as they possibly can. And so, working with the flashcards and vocabulary is good. I think I've made a great start, especially with my middle son starting kindergarten this year. But we've got to get more reading. And I'm no different than any other parent. I have all the same challenges. We've got basketball. We have guitar lessons, homework, dinner because baths have to be done. But I've got to figure out a way to incorporate more reading into my kids' everyday life. And so my second goal really focuses on the running aspect and the health and fitness aspect of my journey. About 3 years ago, I made the decision to try to get in at least one race a month. And so this is just, kind of looking back just a little bit and acknowledging that was a great experience. And, I really want to make sure that I, continue to keep my health and fitness up. And so I was looking back at this picture because I had actually chronicled that year. I had lost about 20 pounds that year. This is right before I got pregnant with Charlotte. And I want to get back to this place. And so my new goal, I've been really searching for races that have medals to run runways a month, and then hopefully 2 half marathons this year. I ran 1 half marathon back in 2016. And, it went well. I survived because half marathon, 13 miles is not easy. But I definitely want to, force myself. And for me, knowing that I've paid for a race pushes me to do more and make sure that I'm completely and fully committed to getting my weekly runs done that lead up to that month's race. There are a lot of benefits for running. So with this goal, I did want to share, and this comes from Run Repeat. They actually have 71 benefits. So if you're a person that, needs more data to support why you should run, or at least why you should get involved in exercise, Run Repeat has 71 different benefits. And I wanted to just talk to you about a few of them that I feel like over the years are what bring me back to running. And let me say this, I am not small in the least, and I am actively engaged in running. I run right now, I'm about at a 17-minute to 18-minute mile on average. So it's a run jog. I will run for 30 minutes and then walk, run 15 minutes and then walk. So don't feel like you have to, when we say the word running, you don't have to be running a 10-minute mile to run. But some of the things that really I'm looking forward to as benefits of getting back into my running, really committing to my running over the course of 2019 is just to boost mood and beating the blues. The year I really started, the 2 years I really started committing to running, my sister went into kidney failure and my father was essentially dying of terminal cancer. And so the running kind of helped keep me in a better headspace as I worked through all of those processes, especially probably the year after when I would run. it helped with that. Another benefit is it helps if you have any type of anxiety or panic attacks. Running really helps with that. And if you can't run, I have a lot of people that have injuries, and I know that you have injuries. If you can't run, then walk. Because walking is just as beneficial, if not more beneficial, than running. Only because it's easier on your joints. So you can walk forever as long as your doctor gives the okay. You can walk many miles and reap those same benefits. And then my last goal, and this is more of like my educational goal, is to learn more about coding and programming. So, I'm an English teacher. I shifted into technology integration, but I didn't have a STEM background. And so this aspect of my job, kind of learning about coding and being a leader in that area, is something that I really want to work on this year. I've already started. I've been working with one of the tech guys on our campus and several of our teachers as far as just learning how to use the tools. Over this break, I actually worked with my nephew to put together a robot. So we put a robot together, and we're in the process of beginning the coding side of things. I like this. I never would have thought that I would have been someone who could code or work with computers in this way, but I'm learning that as long as you're willing and open to learn, you can do this. Like I always have to remind people, I am an English teacher. Paper, pen, word processing, type the essay, make the PowerPoint. Like, that's my background. I don't have an engineer's mind. I don't have a programmer's mind background. Like, that's not my background. But because I'm open to it, it's opened the door to show me that I can. And there's just a ton of resources out there for you. From a professional standpoint, teaching your kids, teaching students to code, regardless of what you teach or grade levels, it helps them with the problem solving. I hear a lot of educators with their concerns that our kids don't know how to solve problems, that our kids don't think critically on their own. Well, if you're concerned about that, having them to code and program are strategies that really support those skills. If you're in an English class and a kid is struggling with critically thinking about text, have them critically think about coding. And there are a lot of resources on how to put, content that you never thought that you could put together with coding to make it work. One of the things that I'm actually doing this year is I am ISTE, which is the Technology Standards organization. They actually have offered a computational thinking, introduction to computational thinking for every educator course. It's free. Now, the winter session was full, so I went ahead and signed up for the spring session. And so if you are an educator and you want to learn more about coding, this is a great way to do that. Now, later on this year, I'm going to actually do some things to talk to parents, because parents, you can also start introducing your kids to coding and programming too. Like, don't feel like, and again, you don't need a college degree to code. You don't need a high school degree really to code. You just got to be open and willing to learn about it. Like, that's half the battle. Being open and willing to learn about it. I would say that if you can follow a recipe, you can begin the process of coding. And so I wanted to put this out here. If you're interested in bringing more computer science into your curriculum, there is a course free to you that's available to help get you started. So those are my goals for this year. Again, drop it down in the comments. What are you looking forward to in 2019? What will and what are the strategies and techniques that you're using to help you be successful in your journey? I'm Martine Brown, your innovation specialist. You can follow me at facebook.me/MartineInnovates. Bye, guys, and Happy New Year.